series. This is part one of our first setup of the SLE game. So start Unity. We're going to create a new project, so come up here and click New. Title this project 7 and your color. Type your name, and if you have a partner, type your partner's name. And then hit Create Project. Make sure you're in 3D mode, and hit Create Project. We are in. The first thing we're going to do is I want to save a scene just so we start off with a good saving. So get File, Save Scene, and let's just call it Scene 1. And hit Save, and it's going to go right in our Assets folder. You'll notice it comes down here and also right here. Now, really quickly, I'm going to go over a few quick things. Remember, you have a main camera that's always added, a directional light, which we'll mess with later. You have your hierarchy. Everything that we put into our game comes up here. Everything down here are all the assets. We're going to download some and create some ourselves. And then over here, there's a service panel. We're going to use this later on. But what we're going to focus on the next few classes is the inspector. So make sure the inspector is clicked. Remember, these are all your move tools all the way here on the left. This is how you test your game. And that's all I'm going to show you for this part. Let's import some assets. So go to Asset, go to Import Package, and go to Characters. And then click Import. This will give us the basic Unity players and characters that we can use, so we don't have to code them ourselves. Now, if you notice down at the bottom now, underneath our assets folder, we have a new folder called Standard Assets with the objects we just downloaded. Make sure you click on the Standard Assets folder like this so you see everything that's inside of it. Then I want you to move your window a little bit and look on your desktop for this folder. It's called SLE Game Setup. Double click it and take these two folders that I created. The first one has some code that I coded for the game, and the texture ones has some basic textures that I downloaded off the internet. You can get a lot more later, but we're going to just work with these to get started. So take both these folders and then drag them into your standard assets. Make sure you drag them way down here, not like this, because if you do it like this, it's going to actually put it inside that folder. So make sure you do this. They should come right at the top. The reason they come onto the top is because this Unity stores everything in alphabetical order. I put the little underscore next to the folders I'm creating because I'm going to use these a lot, and that puts them all at the top. The next thing we're going to do really quick is we're going to create a new folder inside Standard Assets to create some colors. So in order to do that, take your mouse, make sure you're in the Standard Assets folder like this, come right over here and hit Create, and then go to Folder. I'm going to do an underscore because I wanted to go on top, and let's call this colors. So not only are we going to have textures, we're going to have some colors. Now I have a colors folder. Double click inside the colors folder, and we're going to create some colors really quick. To do this, go to create and click material. We'll have a new material. I'm going to create a red, so I'll call it red, and then come right over here, and let's just change this to a shade of red. You can play around with all these features and look at the example down here. If you don't see it, you have to just pull it up like that, and this is what the red's going to look like. So I'm going to just do it really quick. And then I got a red. Let's create a couple of them. I'm going to create material just so I have a few to work with. I'm going to create a green. You can always do this later on, but I'm going to just do a few so I have some. I'm going to create a green. Let's create a blue. And remember, you can change a lot of different shadings depending on how you want it to look. And then I'm going to create one more. Let's do a yellow. Perfect. All right, after you have all that set up, make sure you go File, Save Scene, and File, Save Project. we can go to part 2.